Welcome, my dear friends, to a most important conversation. Today, we shall talk about a common foe that visits nearly every one of us. It is a shadowy figure that can steal our joy and cloud our days. We call this foe stress. But what is it really? Think of it as your body's alarm system. It is a natural reaction to a challenge or a demand. When you face a tough situation, your body releases special chemicals. These chemicals are meant to give you a burst of energy and focus. This response helped our ancestors escape from very real dangers, like a hungry tiger. In our modern world, the tigers are different, but the alarm still rings loudly within us. Let us dig a little deeper into this idea. Imagine you are about to give a big speech. Your heart might beat faster, your palms might get a little sweaty, you might feel a knot in your stomach. This is your body's stress response in action. It is preparing you to face the challenge ahead. In small doses, this can be a good thing. It can help you perform well under pressure. It can keep you alert and motivated to do your best. The trouble begins when this alarm system does not turn off. When the feeling of being under pressure becomes constant, it stops being helpful and starts to cause harm to our peace of mind. This natural alarm was designed for short, intense moments of danger. After the danger passed, the alarm was supposed to shut down, allowing the body to return to a calm and restful state. However, our modern lives are filled with things that keep this alarm ringing day in and day out. We worry about bills, we fret over deadlines, and we are concerned about our families. These are not tigers we can simply run away from. They are persistent worries that follow us around. This constant state of high alert is what we often mean when we talk about being stressed out. It's a continuous activation of a system meant only for emergencies. So, in simple terms, stress is your body's way of shouting, "Pay attention! Something important is happening." It is a physical and mental reaction to the pressures of life. It is not inherently bad. It is a tool that nature gave us for survival. The key, which we will explore together, is learning how to manage this response. We must learn to turn off the alarm when the real danger has passed. We must become the masters of our own inner peace, rather than allowing the endless worries of the world to control our well-being and rob us of the happiness we all deserve. Now that we understand what stress is, let us ask a crucial question. Where does it come from? What are these modern-day tigers that chase us? These causes of stress, or stressors, are all around us, often hiding in plain sight within our daily routines. One of the most common sources is our work or school life. The pressure to meet deadlines, the fear of making mistakes, a difficult boss, or a heavy workload can feel like a tremendous weight on our shoulders. We spend so much of our lives at our jobs that any trouble there can easily spill over and affect our entire existence, making it hard to relax even when we are at home. Another significant source of stress comes from our personal finances. The worry about paying bills on time can be a constant, nagging concern. Unexpected expenses, such as a car repair or a medical bill, can send us into a panic. The fear of not having enough money to provide for ourselves or our families is a powerful and persistent stressor. This kind of worry can keep us awake at night, making it difficult to think clearly about anything else. It creates a feeling of insecurity that gnaws away at our sense of stability and peace, making every day feel like a struggle for survival. Our relationships with other people can also be a major source of stress. An argument with a spouse, a disagreement with a friend, or the responsibility of caring for a sick family member can take a significant emotional toll. We are social creatures, and our connections with others are vital to our happiness. When these connections are strained or broken, it can cause deep feelings of sadness, loneliness, and anxiety. Even positive life events like getting married or having a baby can be stressful because they bring about significant change and new responsibilities that we must adapt to. Finally, let us not forget the stress we place upon ourselves. Our own thoughts can be our greatest enemies. We worry about the future and regret the past. We set impossibly high standards for ourselves and then criticize ourselves harshly when we fall short. This internal pressure, this habit of negative self-talk, can create a constant state of anxiety. We become our own worst critics, creating a cycle of worry that is difficult to escape. Recognizing these sources of stress is the very first step toward conquering them and reclaiming our inner tranquility. How can a person know if they are experiencing too much stress? Often, the signs are subtle at first, like a quiet whisper before a storm. Your body and mind will send you signals or red flags to let you know that something is wrong. It is our duty to learn to listen to these signals. One of the most common physical signs is a change in your sleeping patterns. You might find it incredibly difficult to fall asleep at night as your mind races with worries. Or you might wake up many times during the night, never feeling truly rested. Chronic fatigue, where you feel tired all the time, is another clear warning. Beyond tiredness, your body might show its distress in other ways. You may experience frequent headaches or unexplained aches and pains in your muscles, particularly in your neck and shoulders. Some people find that their stomach is easily upset. They might suffer from indigestion, stomach cramps, or a loss of appetite. For others, stress can lead to eating too much. These physical symptoms are your body's way of crying out for help. They are tangible evidence that the pressure has become too much to bear, and it is time to take action before these issues become more serious problems. The signs of stress are not just physical, they are also emotional and mental. You might find yourself feeling irritable or having a short temper. Little things that you used to ignore might now make you feel incredibly angry or frustrated. You may feel overwhelmed, as if you are losing control of your life. Another common emotional sign is a persistent feeling of sadness or anxiety. You might lose interest in activities and hobbies that you once enjoyed. It can become difficult to concentrate or make simple decisions, as your mind feels foggy and cluttered with 1,000 different thoughts. Finally, stress can change our behavior. A person under great stress might withdraw from their friends and family. They might prefer to be alone, avoiding social situations they once looked forward to. They may start to neglect their responsibilities at work or at home. Some people turn to unhealthy habits to cope, such as smoking more or drinking too much alcohol. Recognizing these red flags in yourself or in someone you care about is a critical step. It is an act of self-awareness that opens the door to healing and allows us to begin the journey back to a state of balance and calm. My friends, knowing what stress is and where it comes from is only half the battle. The true victory lies in taking decisive action. We must learn simple, practical ways to manage this pressure and prevent it from ruling our lives. One of the most powerful tools at our disposal is physical activity. You do not need to run a marathon. A simple, brisk walk for 30 minutes each day can work wonders. When you move your body, it releases chemicals called endorphins. These are nature's own mood lifters. They act like a natural medicine to reduce feelings of stress and improve your outlook on life. Another vital step is to pay close attention to your daily habits, especially your sleep and nutrition. Strive to get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night. Create a relaxing bedtime routine to signal to your body that it is time to wind down. Turn off screens an hour before bed and perhaps read a calming book. Likewise, fuel your body with healthy foods. Avoid the temptation to rely on sugary snacks or too much caffeine when you feel stressed, as these can make you feel worse in the long run. A healthy body is far better equipped to handle the pressures of the mind. We must also learn to give our minds a rest. One of the best ways to do this is through simple relaxation techniques. You can try deep breathing exercises. Simply sit quietly, close your eyes, and take slow, deep breaths. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and exhale for 6 counts. Repeat this for just a few minutes, and you will feel your body begin to relax. Spending time in nature, listening to calming music, or practicing a hobby you love are also wonderful ways to disconnect from your worries and give your mind a much-needed break from its constant chatter. Finally, remember the immense power of connection. Do not face your burdens alone. Talk about your feelings with a trusted friend, a family member, or a spouse. Sharing your worries can make them seem much smaller and less intimidating. Sometimes, just saying your fears out loud to a sympathetic ear is enough to cut their power in half. Reducing stress is not a luxury. It is essential for a long, healthy, and happy life. I encourage you to continue learning, to try these simple steps, and to be patient with yourself. You have the power to stop worrying and start living a more peaceful, joyful life today.